يقول فدخلت على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ولم أسلم ولم أستأذن فقال لي صلى الله عليه وسلم ارجع فقل السلام عليكم أدخل. One of the great hadiths that I have read referring to Khalil ibn Hanbal, who is Sahaba radiallahu anhu, accepted Islam after the conquest of Mecca and the Battle of Hunayn. So he was a newcomer, and he was, after the death of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to teach the new reverts about the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The beginning of his Islam, he didn't know much of the etiquettes or not much about Islam, and that incident was then. He was sent by Safwan ibn Umayyah radiallahu anhu with some of the favorite food and bread that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to like, milk and cucumbers. So he sent it to him through Khalil. Khalil went, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in the upper parts of the valley of Mecca. When he went there, he just went inside without asking permission, without knocking, without saying Assalamu alaikum, without any of those etiquettes and manners that Allah Subhanah wa ta'ala, His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, commanding us and taught us. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تدخلوا بيوتا غير بيوتكم حتى تستأنسوا وتسلموا على أهلها. Command from Allah Subhanah wa ta'ala to not enter any rooms or houses different than your house until you ask permission and say Assalamu alaikum. So he didn't know much of those, so he went. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, being the perfect example and the best teacher, he told him, go back, then come back, say Assalamu alaikum before you enter, at the door. You say Assalamu alaikum, can I enter? And then when you hear him, or when he told him yes, he came in. This great teaching and this style, to know that with the method that you teach people and with the method people have to accept, when you accept something, you want to take the teachings of it, and you should not feel embarrassed or the other person would leave you and not teach you or show you the proper thing under the pretense that, oh, he's going to get embarrassed or he's not going to like it or wait for this and work for that. If you have the style and you know how to do things and how to deal with things and how to be kind, you should not delay it from that particular time, because that's the time that you can imprint the teaching on the person in practice, rather than just go read it in the book. Here you see someone enter the door, you tell him, please go back, knock at the door, say Assalamu alaikum, and come in. He will never forget it. But if you keep teaching all day long, very hardly that anyone can practice. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told another companion the door was open, so he came and entered. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, rather he did not enter, he stood at the door, but looking inside. The door was open. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam kindly came and told him, you stand on the right side or on the left side. Istidhan, when you say Assalamu alaikum, he made istidhan, but he stood at the door. Istidhan is for the purpose of not seeing. You say Assalamu alaikum and you let people know so you don't see what they're doing. And that is the whole reason behind it. So if the door is open, you don't stand at the front door, you start calling the people inside. You're not supposed to be looking inside. That's the whole reason behind it. One companion also came and he started looking through the window. Prophet Muhammad threw something at him, and then he told him, you make istidhan so you don't see. Now you're looking through this to see. If any person, look at this ruling, if any person did similar thing, and the owner of the house knocked his eye out or poked him out, no compensation for that person, because you have violated the privacy. And many people belittle the word privacy. Now, a person with faith and with dignity, with honor, understand what modesty is and what hayat is and what proper dressing and covering and hijab and all that, can understand the magnitude of someone violating the privacy of the house or looking inside and seeing maybe a woman not dressed properly, or maybe someone is doing something, doesn't like people to see him. And that's why you knock at the door, the sunnah is 3 times. Or you say Assalamu alaikum where people can't hear you 3 times. Give some time in between to give them a chance to, like if they're praying, to finish their prayer. Some of the scholars estimated that about the prayer of 4 rak'ah. You wait that 3 times. If no one answered you, you don't start climbing on the wall or knocking at the window because simply you hear voices in there or you see the light on. He doesn't want you in. And one of the companions said, I spend my time hoping that I fulfill the saying of Allah Subhanah wa Ta'ala, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَكُمْ ارْجِعُوا فَارْجِعُوا وَأَزْكَرُ. And if they tell you go, this is not the right time, then go. This is more pure for you. He said he was going and visiting people not in the right time, hoping that one of the people, the companions, would tell him, go. I don't have time for you, I'm busy right now. Try to do that. Go knock at somebody's door nowadays, and if he tells you, and you did not have an appointment or anything with him, and he tells you, brother, I'm really busy, could you come some other time? And see how you're feeling as you pray, never talk with that person again. It's because we're not really all there for the commands of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and fulfilling the religion of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So these etiquettes, these manners is very essential even to the children, even for the same members of the family. When you go to your son's room, knock at the door. When your son comes to your room, knock at the door. Brother, sister, brother, sister, sister, mother, sister, knock at the door. And don't knock and just open, like some people do. Tok tok, and the next thing you know is he's right in your face. Give it time. The person needs to prepare. You have no, that's why they lock the door, with the exception of the teenagers. That's you. Those guys, when they lock the door, they're not doing but something bad. So the parent doesn't knock at the door, he breaks in, and he makes it all of a sudden. He just goes and boom, break in and just see what they you believe it, right? So matters like that is so highly commended. You like it, and you do it, and you get the sunnah of it 3 times, in particular, even for little ones, to knock at the door. Before Fajr prayer, Dhuhr time, and after Isha. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said these are private times. Even those who don't understand privacy and such, like kids, they need to learn to knock at the door and do that. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala help us also do those little things, little things in our religion, but in the sight of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, His Messenger, He took the time to teach the companion. So it is important